Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another Steel Division guide. This time we're looking at New Zealand. So, there's like a million different ways to play this division, so there's no wrong way, but we're going to talk about the areas that are a little bit different and they can play differently. Alright, so first let's look at the jug and let's look through the whole deck. What can we say? So, let's start out the Staghounds. Staghounds are great, can't go wrong with these. You got your normal AP, 70 penetration, HE rounds, 32 rounds, pretty much infinite ammo. Comes in good availability, 5, 9, and 18. 2 Browning machine guns, pretty fast, road speed 90. You can really snipe some transports, actually go down the main road. Really good opener, only 40 points, pretty cost efficient. Get 2 cards of them. Let's get the Scout Piat squads. Nothing too much to say here. You can bring them in a couple different vehicles. Little machine gun vehicle, the Browning. You can also bring them in this thing, a little bigger of a gun, 50 cal, I believe. And then if you want, you can bring them in these little carriers. They do come with Browning machine guns, and they can bring them with a Willy if you want. But the squad themselves are pretty useless. You can bring them with this squad as well. A little better Browning squad, but again, I think kind of useless. Can't bring them in any interesting transports. You can get to good old Thompson squad, but again, you can bring them as cool, unique transports if you want, but I don't recommend it. It's not my opinion. You get a sniper here. Can't go wrong with sniper. You can also bring him in an MG. Sniper is pretty good. 60 rounds. I think it counts as sniper, but I don't think it's as effective as others. And then another sniper. So, oh wait, did I just click on the same guy again? You also get a carrier if you want. There's a lot of guns. It's also secured by a second machine gunner that's invisible, just in case you need a little more firepower. And then you get this beautiful random squad. I can come in a lot more transports actually. Come in this Stewart with 50 cal and a Browning. And then you can also bring in Scouts, bring it with a Willy with a little nice, Browning machine gun on it. And you can bring it with a mortar carrier if you really wanted to. A little light more than 50 millimeters, but pretty good. But really I'd recommend the Staghound. It's kind of the bread and butter. In the infantry tab though, you have a little bit more variety of infantry. Let's look at the leaders first. You got these nice, beautiful rifle with a Browning machine gun, or not rifle, submachine guns, and they carry smoke, which is really key. Other than that, you get some engineers, same thing, but without a machine gun and more rifles and a frag grenade. And then you can also get your other cheaper squad, just 2-man guys, officer, but with smoke. I recommend these guys a lot. Bringing that smoke is really key. Smoke is so key. Also come with the radios. Not all of them do, so be wary. So, for example, this engineer leader does not come with a radio, but the digger leader does, but he comes with a Piat. And Piats will miss every single time. I mean, not every single time. It's like a 50-50 chance in my experience on the first shot. Second shot, it will for sure hit. You'll see with the digger Piat, what's the difference? You just get some rifles with a 2 Browning machine gun and a Piat. It's your normal, like, old Blitz, your hoplites. You also get some Mari here. They come with MG34. A little bit different stats, but kind of marginal. Light machine gun, I think the 34 is better. You can see that in the cost. Another thing is they're fanatical, so they cannot surrender. But radar trait does what? Let's take a look. Radar trait does give you better stealth, 50%. So, that's good. More diggers, you have more hoplites. The hoplites all have that stealth trait. Other infantry-wise, you get some field engineers, some explosive, really low-man squads, 5 guys. Be wary of that. You get some digger squads, just like a lesser, digger Piat. Doesn't have the extra Browning, nor does it have the extra Piat bazooka. I think it's a Piat. Yeah, it's Piat. Other than that, though, just more. You have motorized Piat. You get some more. You get some Thompsons, I guess. What do you get, actually? Oh, it's a smaller squad, so that just sucks. I don't know if it's worth it to motorize. You don't get any different transports. They're all motorized. Everybody just has a 1 transport. It's not the fastest thing, but it's fast. Road speed 60. Okay, all right, it's pretty slow. It's not. Yeah, it's slower than the average. I also get this flamethrower squad if you want it. It comes with smoke. Pretty standard for everybody else's. Other than that, yeah, it's kind of it. You just got these kind of different. You have motorized diggers, field engineers, and hoplites, and some Mari. So pretty good tab. It's pretty strong. It's just rifle spam, kind of like the Scots in a way. The tank tab's kind of very linear here. Okay, we just got Shermans. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards of Shermans, 2 cards of leader Shermans. None of them are phase locked except the leader cards, which are A and B to availability 2 and 4. Sherman's wise for the availability is 5 in A, 10 in B, and 15 in C. You lose 2 vehicles. You like take like half every single time you vet. So you lose 1. It's not too bad, you know, 1 vetting, but 2 vet, you lose 3 tanks. So just be wary of that. You also get 1 card to Stuarts. It is phase locked to A. You can get 8 of them. 30. Pretty expensive. I mean, sorry, pretty inexpensive for a tank. I really recommend these actually. They're slower, so don't use them as rushing vehicles. Use the staghounds, but they get the job done. Moving over to the support tab, get your beautiful staghound with the heat round. Sorry, the HE round. Huge HE round. 1500 range. This thing's pretty good. Just mix it in with your tanks. Only 25 points. Pretty darn cheap. Cannot do anything to get any tanks though, so be careful of that. These weird mortars, if you want 50 millimeters. Get some Vickers machine guns. Can't say anything there. More Vickers machine guns. One is different. The only difference between the two is radar trait and no radar trait. You get the, you know, get the beautiful MG42 if you really wanted to, which is kind of crazy that I'm not taking it. There we go. Fix that. You can also bring a 50 cal if you want, but come on. You want the MG42 that's been captured. So the Sherman IB, it's a heat version or HE version of it. You can stick these with your Sherman blobs. Pretty good, 70 points. This anti, you know, AT thing. You get a commander squad with a infantry, a little like, I don't even know what it is, dingo vehicle. It's also crewed by invisible people. As you can see inside the vehicle, there's nobody occupying it. And then you get another Sherman command tank if you want. Ammo wise, you get 3 cards of these beautiful supply trucks. And that is it to say about the support tab. Moving over to the anti-tank tab. This is where we get a little more interesting. So you have 2 types of 6-pounders here. What are you feeling like? You feeling a little bit less availability, more stealth? Go for the Greek. Yeah, is it Greek? I think it's Greek. Yeah, the Greek AT gun. If you want more availability but no stealth, bring the New Zealand 6-pounder. That's the only difference. Less availability or more stealth. You can kind of choose. You bring them in different transports, but nothing too special. Actually, the Greek one cannot come in the other carriers, but I don't know why you bring in this carrier. Nice thing to note though is it does come with APCR, 175 penetration. It's pretty awesome for only a 50-point AT gun. 1000 range though, 1500 for the normal round, 115 penetration. Still pretty good penetration there. You also get some Piat squads. These are useless because Piats can't hit crap. And then you move up to the beautiful 17-pounder. You can't go wrong with 17-pounder. 2, 4, 6 availability, 80 points, 170 penetration. Will not pin, I repeat, will not pin an IST reliably at max range, but will pin it anywhere between like 1750 and 1500 pretty reliably. And yeah, other than that, Panthers die to this thing, Tigers die to this thing. So use these guys effectively. These things are awesome. And then if you're really feeling a little nice, you can also get the invisible crew of the Wolverine. No crew, I don't know why, but they have nobody in them. Really advanced New Zealanders. Yeah, 130 penetration, pretty good. 1750 range, HE 1750 range. Don't rely on this HE whatsoever for this tank. Pretty good. Honestly, this is awesome. Like 65 points for a tank that can pen 130. Pretty good. If you want to mix these in, it's your choice, whether you want to rely more on AT or Wolverines. But that's just up to the eye of the beholder. And the AA tab, you get nothing special. Bofors, and then you get this one little unique vehicle that you can bring if you really feel like it. But why would you bring that? We could bring Bofors, and it's phase locked to A, so it makes it even less incentive to buy it. In the artillery tab, what can you say? Mortars for days. The only thing to note about this is, you know, you get your beautiful 81mm mortar. Nothing to say there. You get your 3-inch, a little bigger. Is it bigger? Yeah, it's. Wait. Get your 81mm mortar. Then you get your 3-inch mortar. What's the difference between these two mortars? Guess the rate of fire and radar trait. Interesting. Okay, I guess that's something to note. And then you get these 107s. Pretty good. They're pretty expensive. I mean, 70 points. They have HE. They can fire from pretty far back. But I take up ammo like nobody's business. You also get the beautiful off map. 140. You get 1 card of it. You bring it A, B, or C. These are pretty decent off map. You have to push up after it though. You're not really killing them much. You're suppressing. Artillery leaders, you get that. You get your radio leader. You get a radio man if you really want that. Get these 2 types of artillery pieces. You can bring the New Zealand artillery, or you can bring your other artillery. You can look at the difference right here between the 2. Honestly, it's not that much. In fact, I think they're the same. I think these 2 mortars are the same too. You can look at the stats. I mean, one's vetted because it has to be, but the other isn't. These 2 though, I literally don't think there's any difference, and I don't know why you'd bring that any different. Look at that. There's no difference. Am I missing it? Like, is there a difference? And I'm just not seeing it. Like, the only difference I see is that, like, no, I don't see any difference. Someone tell me if you see a difference. I don't see anything. I'm blind. It's late at night. Whatever. All right, air tab, pretty strong here. You got plenty of options. Spitfires, big bombs. They're awesome. You can use them as fighters. Just Spitfire recon if you really feel like it to get your, bullfighter if you really want this thing. But why would you bring now? You can bring Spitfires. Get your Baltimores. These things are freaking awesome. Big bomb loads. They survive. Resilience pretty good. They suck at agility though, so don't even try to maneuver with them. Get your Bostons. You want some heavy bombers? Yeah, this is where you're coming from. 8 113 kilogram bombs. These things can actually shoot down enemy aircraft if they're flying in all together. I guess get some Kitty Hawks. A pretty big bomb load too. Resilience pretty bad though. These things will go down so fast. Be careful. More Spitfires and Ace. You really feel like a Greek ace. And they have 20mm cannons, so meaning that they can freaking much Shrek enemy ground forces. So really recommend these. And then you get to your beautiful more P-51s, really fast, 680 kilometers. You want to cut down enemy aircraft or not let them get away. The red-tailed hawks, so awesome. And then you get your more Spitfires, and you get some more Bullfires or rockets. So let's move over to let's go over one more deck before we go over to the 1v1, and let's check it out. Okay, before we move on to my 1v1 version, I must note one thing. This can be utilized as an air spam deck. And what do I mean by that? Well, I just mean cancer. Alright, so, you've been, you're in a team game. This is only utilized in team games. You cannot do this in 1v1s and 2v2s. What you do is you sit yourself in a spot on the map that's very defensive or a dead zone. There's no action, and you air spam, and you don't buy out any aircraft until the very end of the game. You don't buy anything. You don't buy not one. And this is why, because we have to delete this, but you won't buy any, and you'll just buy them all in C phase. You'll buy all 45. And what you'll do is you don't go for any mini targets. You just go for AA, and you just bomb every single inch of AA. Have your fighters with their 20mm cannons just strafe. You have your other Spitfires, another 14 of them, just strafe. Kitty Hawk's bomb, Baltimore's bomb, everybody's bomb. You have the Spitfires here, giving you recon for the AA. You just bomb everything. Once you've killed all the AA, the game's over. You just do air spam over and over in a huge wave of 45 aircraft, and you kill everything. Someday I'll give a tutorial video on this about how to do it. If you really want to be cancerous, people won't play with you if you do this, but I just want to let you know that this deck can do this. So like, be wary of other people and what they're doing, because you don't see any aircraft for a while. It's probably all C phase, and they're getting 45 aircraft, and you're gonna get messed up. If you really want, you can even min max it more. So now let's go check out the 1v1 version for competitive gameplay. Okay, let's check it out. So I bring stack hounds, 1 vet each. I want them to be a little bit good. These things are really effective. You can rush down. I bring 6 of them in A. I vet all my infantry in A. I 1 vet all my guys in B as well. I bring leaders in A. I bring artillery leaders in B to give them that double vet, and then potentially with a commander, a triple vet. I bring just 1 card of, Ulplets and C, Hoplites and C, just some extra guys to finish up the game. Only 68 infantry. Not really relying on my infantry, because I do not want to fight in CQC. There's a lot better decks that can destroy you in CQC. I'm relying on my Shermans. I 1 vet all of them. Why do I not double vet them? You could double vet them, but you lose a lot more availability. And I'm feeling a little lucky, and I have my leader Shermans with them, so they'll already be double vetted. And hopefully at one point I'll bring out a commander, giving them the triple vet. I bring 2 cards in A, 2 cards in B, and 1 card in C, a leader card in A. It's pretty good. I never really had any issue with that. Staghounds in A. Just 1 vetting these. Just only lose 1, so not too bad. I bring my beautiful MG42s. Bring them double vetted because they're awesome double vetted. Bring my normal AT guns. I bring both types because I'm feeling a little diverse with my New Zealanders and Greeks. I put them in different spots actually. I use these expanders more as a response force in the open. I use these guys a little more stealthy, hide them in the forest. Just kind of a more defensive area on the map. A little dead zone, don't want to get them spotted. Bring 17 pounders, can't go wrong with those. These are awesome. Bring my AA vetted, so I can just, 1 vet on a Beaufort is pretty good. You can bring a double vet if you get a leader nearby. Gotta bring your 81mm mortars. I bring ammo for them, because they run out of ammo. Off map in B. Some artillery in C if the game goes long. Probably could get rid of this, honestly. But I bring it just in case. Fighter-wise, I bring my beautiful Spitfires with tons of 20mm cannons. Probably can max out the aircraft a little more, but I bring 2 cards of Spitfires. I'm pretty sure with all these Spitfires I can do some real damage and win the air combat. I'd adjust the deck based off who I'm playing, but things I would recommend bringing that I didn't bring. Definitely want to bring the Wolverines. These things are awesome. Just can't go wrong. They're crewed by invisible people, guys. So who even cares if they go down? Nobody even dies. So you gotta bring those. Maybe bring out some of the more aircraft here. Maybe P-51. These things are fast. 680. Don't let anybody get away from you. Can't go wrong with that as well. But yeah, that's what I this is what I bring. You could double vet more tanks and go with less availability, or you could max more infantry. Kind of depends. You could build a balanced build with a lot more stuff, or a Maverick with more early game stuff. So it just kind of depends on what you want to feel like or what your play style is. But this is my guide. If you guys have any questions, leave them in the comments. And if you want to see any other guides, like any decks you guys think I should look at, let me know and I'll check them out.